Hi everyone, it's Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this fabulous butterfly shaped card. It's really nice and three-dimensional and a lovely project that you're going to be able to recreate at home. So all of the items that I'm using today are listed in the comments below, so please do have a look, and they're all available at www.chloescreativecards.co.uk. So today I'm going to be using the Butterfly Sentiment stamp and die set. I'm going to be using our new Sunflower Trio stamp and die set, along with our Thank You stamp and die, our gorgeous new Floral Sequins and self-adhesive sparkles, and a few Sparkelicious glitters. So I'm going to be using Lemon Sorbet, Lumiere Copper Medley, and Diamond Dazzler, which is one of the new ones, along with some Vista mirror card and some Vista matte mirror card. So I'm going to show you how to create this lovely little shaped card blank first using the butterfly die. So to start with, I've taken a piece of A5 card, so an A5 card blank. My fold line is just across the top. I'm going to take my butterfly die from my butterfly sentiment set and place that onto here. I'm going to grab a little bit of low tack tape. I'm just going to tape this into position. Pop that bit there and that bit there. But you can see how I've overhung the die slightly off the edge of the card. What that's going to do is just leave the fold in there so that our card will stand up and be a proper greeting card. So we're going to pop our plates together for our Gemini. So I'm using my base plate, my plastic shim, and my cutting plate on the top. We're going to run that through the die cutting machine and grab that at the other side. So we'll just give that a couple of seconds to run through. And when we lift that out, you can see how that is perfectly die cut. There we go. That creates our basic little card blank. But obviously we want to hide this fold at the top, so I'm going to show you what to do next. So we're now going to take a piece of our Vista matte mirror card, and I'm going to tape my die into place on there. So I always like to tape my dies down as well, just so that they don't move. Bits of tape there. And again, just run that through my die cutting machine. Grab that at the other side. Lift that one out, and there we go. Then we're going to do exactly the same on a piece of the Vista mirror card. So the same size die, the largest butterfly. Tape that down and run that through. And then we're just going to lift that away from the die. And then for the final layer, again, same size, I've taken a piece of one of the lovely patterned papers, and this is from the Beautiful Jewels paper pad. So it's a lovely jewel tone paper pad, and I've just picked one of the paler blue ones. I'm going to pop my die onto here. Pop that down and run that through my machine. So this is going to create the base for our card. There we go. So that's all the layers nicely die cut out. There we go. Okay. So what I'm now going to do is do a little bit of glittering on here. So I'm going to glitter around the edges. So I'm going to take some scrap paper. I'm using an envelope because I tend to put my cards in boxes. And I'm going to take my anti-static bag to start with. I always do this when I'm glittering. Just stops a bit of the excess glitter sticking to your card. going to take my Art Glitter Dries clear glue. I'm literally just going to really roughly, you don't have to do this too carefully at all. Can you see how I'm just dragging along the edge? Like so. And then I'm going to cover that with the Diamond Dazzler glitter. And I'll show you, because I've got one that I've already done that's dried. So you want to do this on all of the layers, and you want to do all the way around the butterfly, but you can see how it's going to just add that little bit of sparkle. So I'll grab in the ones that are dry, that I've done. And there we go. So I've got my little base card, and then my layers that I've done are all here, and they've dried. So you can see how you get the blue shining through. What I do like to do before I stick them onto my card is I like to take my little brush, just give them a little dust over. So I'm going to do this over the bin, just to dust off any excess glitter. Away from there. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick it down onto my base card, so that then creates a full butterfly. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Floral all-purpose glue. Literally just going to scribble a little bit of glue onto here, like so. I'm going to take my butterfly and stick it down onto my base card, like so. And then for the next layer, I'm going to take it and fold it in half. And the same with the next layer. So to stick these ones down, I'm going to use a little bit of pin flare glue gel. So I'm going to pop a little line of glue just down the centre. Then I'm going to pop a big blob of glue either side of the fold line, like so. And I'm going to stick that down onto my base card, but I'm going to leave the wings slightly raised. I'm going to do exactly the same on the next layer, a little bit of glue down the middle, then a big blob either side. It's then going to create our base card. Okay, so you can see how pretty that is then looking. So I'm going to pop that one to one side and bring in the next one that I've done. So I've taken a piece of our crystal white card and I've die cut out the slightly smaller butterfly, gone around the edge with a chisel tip glue pen and popped some little dots of PVA in the middle and just covered it with the Crystallina glitter, which is like a really nice see-through Sparkelicious glitter. Again, all of the items that I'm using are linked in the description below. I'm going to fold this one in half. Again, a little blob of glue down the middle. Big blob either side, one there, one there. I'm going to flip that round, I'm going to grab it in, I'm going to stick that onto my base card. So you can see how that has then created that beautiful butterfly shaped card. I'm going to pop that to one side and I'm going to grab in my little die cut. So we're going to do a thank you for this one. Just grab those parts in. So it's not that piece I want, it is this piece here. Sorry, I've got bits all over in my craft room at the moment. So we're going to take a piece of the matte mirror card and cut out the filigree thank you from there. So we're going to use a little bit of low tack tape to hold that in place as we run it through the machine. And then we're going to take a piece of the crystal white and die cut the thank you out of there, which is the outline for the thank you die. So I'm just going to grab the plates from my machine. Now I am going to add my magnetic shim into this one because the thank you is quite a detailed die. So sometimes you just need that extra little bit of pressure in your machine. And I'm going to just trim this down so we can get them both through in the one pass. So that's that one. And then that's this one. Then we're going to run that through the die cutting machine like so. So we'll just wait for that to run through and we'll then grab it when it gets to the other side. So they are perfectly die cut out there. Just push this little thank you through. Grab a little pokey tool to just push this one out. Like so. So we're going to stick those two together now. And to do that, I'm going to use my Dries clear PVA again. Just a little bit of glue on the back. The little metal tip that you can get for this glue really comes in when you're doing that technique. So then we're going to position that down. Just carefully line this up and press that into place when we're happy. So I'd say that's pretty darn good there. There we go. So I'm going to stick this in the middle of my card. So again, I'm going to use my pin flare. I'm going to put two big blobs of glue on the back. Lift my card in. And stick that there in the centre. And if you just leave that flat, the glue gel will just grab. So you can see how it's starting to come together now. It's a really pretty project, this one. And then next up, I'm going to take my sunflower stamp. So that's this one here. So you actually get 3 different sizes in the packet. You get a large, a medium and a small. I'm just using the medium and the small today for this particular project. And I'm going to take a black ink pad. So the one that I'm using is the Versafine Onyx Black. And I'm also going to use a little bit of clear embossing powder on this one too. So we are going to take some white card. And we're going to stamp out the sunflowers to start with. So this is just plain white, smooth card. That's all you need for this one. And we're going to take an anti-static bag. We're going to take our Versafine Onyx Black ink pad. Before I ink this up actually, I'm going to just show you. Can you see how on some of the petals, there's 2 petals that have got an extra little point of polymer. I've popped those on my stamping block facing up over because the little dies have got a notch in. If I grab the dies to show you. Couldn't get it off the table there, but you can see how the dies each have a little notch as well. So that's just to help you line the petals up. So what we're going to do is ink up our stamp to start with. So again, I'm using the Versafine Onyx Black. I'm going to pop this down onto the piece of white card and press. And then I'm going to lift that off. I'm going to take a little bit of scrap paper. This is just a piece of marked pearl paper that I'm using. Sprinkle over my embossing powder. And then we're going to heat it up. So to heat it up, I'm just using my heat gun. We're going to hold the heat gun still, and then as soon as we see that embossing powder start to melt and change, we're going to just move it over the image. And honestly, it's like magic. The first time you see embossing, it's always so cool. Such a nice technique. So we're just going to work our way around, heating up the image like so. There we go. Just give them a couple of seconds to cool. While they're cooling, I'll get my low tack tape ready to go. So I'm going to line this up over the sunflower here first. So it helps if you're directly above the images. I'm going to do exactly the same with the smaller one. Over the top. Then we're going to take our die cutting machine. So I'm going to use my base plate, my plastic shim, my die with my card, and then my cutting plate on the top. I'm going to run it through. So to make this card, you're going to need 2 medium and 4 small sunflowers. I'm going to grab that at the other side. Like so, and then we're just going to pop out the shapes. It's that one and this one. Popped right out there. Okay, and then next up we're going to take just a marker pen. So I'm using a Copic. You just want like a brown one to colour in the centre. All you're going to do is just colour in the centre of the flower. You don't have to be too careful. Scribble over the lines. Just want to get a little bit of colour on there just so it's not white when we pop the brown glitter over the top. Okay. So I'll just glitter one up to show you because I have got them that I've already done that are dry. So let me bring those in. There we go. Right, so what we're going to do is we want to grab our Lumiere Copper Medley glitter, which is this one here. So it's like a really nice brown glitter, but it's got loads of different colours in there. So we're going to start with that one. And literally all I'm going to do, pop little dots of glue just around the centre of the flower. And this is using my Art Glitter Dries clear glue again with that metal fine tip applicator. Pop the pin back in the top. I'm going to grab in some scrap paper, sprinkle over my glitter. And you can sometimes just push it back into the lines a little bit as well, but you can see the effect that that then gives. It's really super sparkly and lovely. And then we are going to do the yellow on here as well. So for the yellow, I'm going to use the new Lemon Sorbet Sparkelicious glitter, which is a really nice vibrant orangey yellow. So I'm going to grab my Dries clear PVA again. And all I'm going to do is just go in with my glue and infill the petals like so. Literally all you want to do is just work around infilling in the petals. Like so. Okay, so you can see how I've just infilled the petals there on that one. And then just slide our scrap paper in, going to cover that with our beautiful lemon sorbet glitter. Okay, and then when it dries, that is the effect you're going to get. It's going to look really nice and vibrant and sparkly. So you need to do 2 medium and 4 small, but you only need to glitter the centres of 1 medium and 2 of the smaller sunflowers. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we'll lift all this just off to one side. I'm going to grab my card blanking, sorry, that was the butterfly that I glittered up earlier. So all we're going to do is take the sunflowers. You're going to just curl the petals between your finger and thumb, like so. A little bit of glue gel on the back. I'm going to pop my larger one in the top corner here. I'm going to take the other one to layer on the top. Again, I'm just working around, curling the petals between my finger and thumb. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the smaller ones in the bottom corner. Glue on the back. Just going to twist and offset slightly and do exactly the same with the next one. Little blob of glue on the back. And then twist and offset slightly. There we go. I'm going to pop a blob of glue onto the back of each of these and stick them down into the bottom corner. So obviously at home you would allow your glue time to set before assembling, but you can see there how fab that then looks. What I've then done is I've taken some of our beautiful sequins and I popped them onto some glue dots just to make them sticky. And then I'm going to take some of our gorgeous little self-adhesive sparkles and just pop some of these into the centre. So I'm going to use the yellow ones and I'm going to grab my tweezers. So I'm just going to pop a couple of jewels in the middle of these and then we can just start to dot a couple of these around and about. So we'll pop a couple of those there. Then you can peel the backs off, pop one there, and there. You can stick these on with PVA glue as well if you find that easier. I just thought for demonstration purposes the glue dots stick instantly. And you can obviously go to town as well and decide which different shapes you want and things, because we've got some, you get lots of different shapes and sizes within one pack. So you can take your little jewels, pop these in the centre. So, and then dot some of these about. One too as well. I've become obsessed with these sequins. Like, I love them. Sticking them on all of our projects. They're just so pretty. But you can see how you can really go to town and kind of just add them in. They're such like an inexpensive little embellishment as well, but they look so pretty. That's those ones. You do also, if I grab, where's my yellow bag of sequins? You get some really tiny ones. In 2 minutes I'll just grab this pack here. That none of the tiny ones are coming out now, but can you see at the bottom? I had a little box before. Give 2 seconds. Just tip the entire bag out. If I give that a little shake, can you see how you've got some teeny tiny little flowers in there as well? And they are fab, because what you can do is you can just go in, little dot of PVA glue. Okay. And I've got my little tool that I just pick my gems up with sometimes. This was just a nail art tool that I got in a set, to be honest. Then you can just go in and add some of the little teeny tiny ones in the background. And oh my word, they look absolutely gorgeous. They look so, so cute. And you just drop them in. They are really, really pretty. There we go. And that there would be your finished card. So I really hope that you have enjoyed making this project with me. All of the products you can shop online at chloescreativecards.co.uk. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.